go. Ah! Okay, so here it is now. Take a look at this. What is up, guys, and welcome to a new video here at Fitment Engineering. We used to call this channel Fitment TV. Welcome. So I hope you like the new setup. This is actually our fabrication laboratory here in Japan. So as you may have known, sa mga followers ko, sa mga subscribers ko here in the channel, I started living in Japan back in May. Okay? May of 2024, we decided to move to Japan. We bought a house here, and we don't have any visa here na permanent residence. We are living in Japan as solely as a temporary visitor or foreigner. We're what we call in Japan gaijin. Gaijin is the Japanese word for foreigners or, outsiders. So, that being said, we are going to talk about one of the most uh, annoying things that we have to go through here in Japan as a foreigner. Okay, and that is living without an internet plan. Okay, some of you will be like, oh, this is such a small problem, blah, blah, blah. I mean, trust me, live in Japan without internet, you're in the mountains. You're not going to enjoy it. So, that being said, yes, living here in Japan was brutal because if you're a foreigner, if you're a gaijin, you can't own a phone number. If you are a gaijin, you cannot own a phone number because you don't have a residence card called a zaryukado. You cannot own a phone number in Japan if you're a gaijin because you don't have a zaryu card. If you don't have a zaryu card, technically you don't have anything. You can't own cars, you can't own a phone number, you can't own a bank account, you can't apply for an internet plan. You see where am I getting at? Right? So this is the main problem of being a gaijin. If you're living in Japan without a permanent visa or without a Zaryu card, let's just call it Zaryu card, okay? If you don't have a residence card or a Zaryu card in Japan, you're pretty much fucked talaga. So there's a few things that we can go on and talk about. I might make a video series about this, like living in Japan as a foreigner. How do I do it? Like part 1, like, how do I do it without the Zaryu card, without a bank, without a phone? Maybe we can do a series about this. But this time, for this video, the introduction is getting long. We're going to talk about internet. So internet in Japan, the way to get internet is you need to get you can get a mobile plan in your phone, like an eSIM, whatever. You can like go to klook.com, get a fucking eSIM, and you have mobile data on your phone. But you cannot use your eSIM if you're actually gonna hotspot your laptop. Obviously, you need a laptop, right? We need to work on our things, right? Zoom calls, fucking, I don't know. So you get one of these bad boys if you want your fucking, what you call this? If you want hotspot or data for your spare phone, like this this OnePlus 7 Pro. I'm using this as a hotspot data phone for a while, for a few months. And I was using a physical SIM. This is a disposable SIM card that you can get, and you can plug it in your phone and you can hotspot your devices. And it has 50 GB for 8,800 yen. We'll put that amount here. The initial package comes with 100 GB for around 15,000 yen. And then from there, when you finish your 100 GB, you can reload your SIM card every time by 50 GB for 8,860 yen. So you get where I'm going through, right? So yeah, you will actually burn through 50 gigs of data like me. A week is probably at best your longest consumption for 50 gigs. If you're scrolling to Instagram, using YouTube, Zoom calls, whatnot, whatever. And, it's brutal. It's very brutal. And that's just how it is, That's just how it is. And I'll show you something real quick. All right, so this is it. Look, I don't know if you can see it. I'll just send you a screenshot here in the video. As you can see, I have consumed 560 GB. Let's do the math, okay? 100 GB is 15,000 yen. And if you subtract 100 GB from 561, we are left with 461 yen, 461 GB of data. 9 times 50 is 450. So that's 9 times reloading. 9 times 880. 8,800 is 79,200 yen. Plus the initial 15,000 yen is 94,200. And as you can see, when you have an extra 10 GB, that brings us to a total cost of 96,840 yen for mobile data. That's around 30,000 pesos already. And I also bought this router. So this is a 4G router. So as you can see, our total cost is way above 100,000 yen, and that was my limit. I was like, fuck, there has to be something that we can do to prevent this from, burning my wallet. As a foreigner, we have no choice. We don't have we don't want to burden our friends here in Japan. Hey, get us a keikaku, a plan, fucking, swipe your credit card for us. We don't want to do that. That's fucking sobrang ano nun, para sa akin, it's like super toxic, like user we call it user friendly. You're abusing your friend's fucking credit card and shit. So this wasn't working out. Together with this, it wasn't working out. And so the best fucking solution for that is Starlink, baby. So this is my solution to my current internet problem here in Japan as living as a foreigner. So maybe we should call this series Living as a Foreigner in Japan, Part 1. Okay, so this is I'm making this video because this is like one of the most difficult things and most expensive things that I have to put up with. Para sa akin, it's a scam that I have to fucking pay 50 GB for 8,800 yen every time I have to reload it. And let's run the cost for this one naman. So I think this is going to be your best solution as a foreigner here in Japan to get internet at a high speed anywhere in Japan. As long as you have line of sight of the sky, this will probably solve your problem. Okay? Starlink, baby. Spoiler warning, I actually installed this already, and we're actually using it as we speak. So we're just gonna, show you. And we're actually going to, try to install it better. The Starlink will come with, an instruction manual, and it will come with 3 things: a power adapter, a router, and a satellite dish. I'm going to show you my jank setup right now. And join me. So, vlog style time. I have a light for you. So, the Starlink actually comes with this. Sorry, it's just a mess right now. I literally just got it and I was like, woohoo, internet, and it actually works. Actually comes with a few things. Comes with this power brick. Okay? It says SpaceX Starlink. And comes with this router. Okay, so this is the Starlink. It comes with this, what we call the kickstand. The kickstand is proprietary to the Starlink, but as you can see, it's just hanging in midair with what you call this? Zip ties. You have to buy the adapter for it to be mounted on a pipe, on a pole. And other accessories in the Starlink app is actually seen there. You can see it on the screen right now. They're very expensive. And we are not gonna pay for that, okay? I'm an engineer. I'm a 3D modeler. I have a fucking amazing 3D printer. We're gonna 3D print this shit out, and we're gonna make this fucking Starlink pretty. We're gonna do it now. I have a printer. It's called Bamboo Lab. You might have known it. Some people may have known it. And in the Bamboo Lab community, you can actually search for 3D models. And when I search for Starlink V4 or Gen 3, they have actually an adapter, a pole adapter that you have to 3D print, And I just downloaded it, loaded it in the printer, printed it, and we're gonna see if it fits. Okay, the print is done, and we're gonna adapt it to the Starlink. We're gonna tear down that Starlink later, and we're gonna check our print first. So here's my little fancy laboratory lab, my fab lab here in Japan. We have Nakai-san here. Hi, Nakai-san. And we have Ayanami there. Okay, this is my little setup for you guys. I have my light there for shooting. And this is my Bamboo Lab 3D printer. It can print carbon. It can print polycarbonate, anything, any material you want in the market now that is durable. We can print anything with this one. And let's actually pull out the print that we had a while ago, and look at that. this is the print that I will be using for the Starlink. Okay, let's pull it out and then let's see. We got the actual part. Look at that. And we're gonna slap it on the satellite dish later. But first, we need to put this somewhere, you know, where we can put a tripod for it. Real quick, in the hardware, I bought a LED tripod stand. Oh, sakto. I just need a tripod. So ideally, I want to mount this tripod. So I want to mount this tripod thingy, combine it with the satellite dish, so I can have a tripod mounted satellite dish and not cable tied to my clothes dryer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drill this out so I could take the tube and retrofit something here. So as you can see, it's a 42 millimeter hole, and this is around 20, right? 20 millimeter hole. Not gonna work. So I'm gonna find a PVC pipe that will extend it like this, like a little bit higher. I could print it, but it's faster to buy a PVC pipe and then I'll just spray paint it black to extend it a bit higher so that I can get more angle for the dish. And so yeah, that's about it. We are back. We got some stuff already. As you may have known, this is from yesterday, last night rather. We got some PVC butt plugs, okay, to go into the 3D printed part. We also bought a tube, metal tube, to extend it a bit further, a feet up. They don't really fit exactly, but we're gonna heat it up a bit so that it presses into it and merge together. So that's why we have propane, not really propane, we have butane. So join me as we finish this Starlink. Let's go. Here it is. This will adapt to our tripod, and let's get it. Right, hopefully the pipe that I bought will fit on this tripod, just like I planned. There we go. Perfect. And we have hose clamps for this, and it'll just clamp in and done. We have our working satellite dish. Let's go. Got the satellite dish out, and it says in the manual, you pull from the bottom and you push on the top, and then you pull backwards. It's like that. It does fit nicely. Okay. Whew, tiring. It is done. See? Slides in perfectly. Ah! Junay, can you help me? Say hi to the video. Alright. Very satisfied with this work. You know, using some hardware, products, and some ingenuity, we were able to save us a lot of money with this tripod mount. You know, if you ordered it in SpaceX or Starlink, it would have cost you like 300 to 500 bucks. It's a lot of money for a tripod that you can actually make something better of, you know. Okay, so the Starlink is well aligned. Let's see. Okay, after moving it around, it's still aligned. See that? We are not getting any obstructions, but in an hour, we will be getting a full map of the obstructions. And our speeds are really good for our location. We are in a remote area and we're getting 100. After being aligned properly. See that? 163. It's really good. Upload is about 30. Could be better, but for what I'm doing, this is overkill already. That's how you solve your problems. Another thing that we added to the setup, remember that janky ass setup ko sa lupa on the floor? Okay, so here it is now. Take a look at this. Boom, baby. So I downloaded a 3D print model of the 3rd gen or the V4 Starlink standard. It actually houses the router on top, and you can hide your cables on the back. It houses the power brick, and it just sits nicely there. I routed the internet, the satellite cable, and this housing ng exhaust, and there it is. Look at that, so pretty. With the Starlink logo, I think that's really nice. The orbits of the Earth and the sun and the moon, that's really nice. Okay, let's wrap up the video. Let's talk about everything so far and the experience. Catch you in a bit. Say hi, Jin. Hi. All right, and that's how you fix your internet problems in Japan. So I hope you liked this video. We showed you guys the current problem. We solved the problem, and on top of that, we actually saved a lot of money on accessories. That is actually my only downside for Starlink, is that accessories can get super expensive. Not a lot of people have this type of printer or have the time to fabricate those things that I did to make my Starlink experience smoother. Because imagine, without the tripod mount that we made, you can't align it way up there on the roof. You have to go up the roof, and if you don't have accessories, you can't mount it to your roof. You only have a kickstand, and it's very sketchy to use cable ties to just mount your Starlink, your 55,000 yen. You know, if you guys have a 3D printer like this, I do recommend downloading those files. That made my life easier. And hopefully this was actually informative for you guys. For my fellow Filipino countrymen, if you guys want to migrate in Japan, these are the problems that you will be facing. We'll probably do more videos like this here in the channel, and try to introduce kind of a mix. This is a car channel by no means, but I want to introduce something else. Every time I make something, every time I create something, I want to, these are, for example, I want to make videos of what I'm doing here with Fitment Engineering. I should have actually, made a video about this, the helix rails. We're probably gonna make a video about that. But each time I create something useful, satisfying, and interesting, I'll document everything so you guys can actually watch it. I hope you guys like the idea, and do let me know if you like this kind of video. And we're probably gonna continue the series of living in Japan as a foreigner. We're gonna try to check we're gonna check on what are the topics that are actually interesting to take a video of. One video that I want to do is actually compile of course, living as a foreigner in Japan. The first thing you'd want is a house, right? So we're gonna make a full dedicated video on how our our purchase process was. Okay, we're gonna document that. We're actually gonna make a video on how we did it, a tutorial video. Okay, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to edit the video. Hopefully it's not like a 20-minute long video. I'm gonna try to make it less than that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I am liking my setup right now, and it gives me a bit of room to try something new for this channel and to grow it even more. We are at around 27,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Like and share. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Click the bell icon for the notification. And without further ado, it's been Cal from Fitment Engineering, and you're watching Fitment TV, and I'll see you in the next one.